Good morning, my dear husband. I still can't get used to the word husband. It makes me embarrassed, but at the same time, proud. My husband. There. I said it again. You're awake, aren't you? I could tell. You don't have to pretend to be asleep. Although, stay exactly where you are. I'm comfortable. There. That's better. Your first responsibility as my husband is to let me use you as a pillow for as long as I want. Yes, that was part of the vows. You probably couldn't hear it over everyone crying. Don't move yet. I know we have things to do today, but none of them need to happen right now. This is our first morning together as husband and wife. I don't want to rush it. Good morning again. I think I might say that several times a day. Just because I can. Give me your hand. Your left one. I want to see something. There it is. Your ring. It's still strange, seeing it on your hand. Not bad strange. Makes everything feel real again. Yesterday was so busy that I barely had time to understand what was happening. There were people everywhere. Someone was always asking us to stand somewhere, look at the camera, cut something, sign something, or speak to someone we hadn't seen in years. But now, it's quiet. There's no one watching us. And you're lying here beside me with the ring I put on your finger. You really are my husband. Hold my hand properly. Yes, like that. I like how our hands look together, especially now. You're looking at my finger too? Here. You can't touch it. I checked it several times during the night. Every time I woke up, I felt for it with my thumb. Then, I look over at you to make sure you were still here. I knew you would be. I wasn't afraid you had disappeared. It was more like every time I saw you, I remembered all over again. We're married, you're mine, and I'm yours too. I like that part very much. You looked peaceful last night. Once you finally fell asleep. You were tired, but I think your mind was still racing. I watched you for a little while. Not in a strange way. You were right beside me. Where else I supposed to look? You had one hand resting near mine. I thought about holding it, but I didn't want to wake you. So I only touched your fingers like this. Then you took my hand without opening your eyes. I don't think you were fully awake. You just held on. I stayed awake longer than I needed to because I didn't want to miss it. My husband holding my hand in his sleep. That sounds so simple. But after yesterday, simple was exactly what I needed. You made me feel safe even though you were asleep. Although, since we're being honest, you stole the blanket. Yes, you did. At some point near sunrise, you rolled over and took most of it with you. You looked very comfortable. I was freezing. No, I didn't take it back. I considered it. Then you made that little sleepy sound and I decided not to disturb you. You also snore. Only slightly. It's more of a tiny breathy sound than an actual snore. Almost cute. I said, almost. Don't become too pleased with yourself. There. Now we both have enough. This will be our first official compromise. You stop stealing the blanket and I'll stop taking most of the bed. No, I will not actually stop. I was only demonstrating how compromise works in theory. You knew what you were agreeing to. Your arm is in the wrong place. It should be around me, obviously. Better. Now, pull me closer. A little closer than that. We're married. You don't need to leave a gap between us anymore. Perfect. I've decided this is how every morning should begin. Before phones, breakfast, work, or anything else, you need to stay here for a few minutes. You hold me, I hold your hand, and neither of us is allowed to begin worrying about the day yet. What happens if I wake up first? I wake you so you can hold me. It's a very fair arrangement. You keep holding my hand too. I want both. Your arm around me and your hand in mine. I know that's slightly demanding. You married me yesterday. It's far too late to complain now. Consider that your reward for cooperating. Yesterday feels like a dream. I remember all of it, but the moments don't feel connected yet. They're like little pictures. The flowers, the music, everyone turning around when I entered, and you waiting for me. I was so nervous before I saw you. I kept telling everyone I was fine. I was not fine. My hands were shaking. I thought I might trip. I thought I might forget how to walk completely. Then I looked up and saw your face. You looked nervous too. But when you saw me, you smiled. And suddenly, I wasn't worried about falling anymore. I only wanted to reach you. I noticed you crying. You tried to hide it. You looked down and blinked several times as though that would somehow fool everyone. It didn't fool me. I almost started crying immediately. I remember thinking, oh no, he really loves me. As if I hadn't known that already. As if we hadn't spent years proving it to each other. But seeing you there made it feel different. You weren't only saying you loved me. You were waiting to build a life with me. I'm going to remember the way you look at me for the rest of my life. Do you know what my favorite moment was? It wasn't the cake, although the cake was very good. And it wasn't when your cousin almost fell during the dance. That was my favorite unplanned moment. My real favorite happened after the ceremony. There were so many people around us, and everyone wanted to congratulate us. I was happy, but I was overwhelmed. You put your hand on my back and leaned close enough that only I could hear you. Then, you asked if I was okay. It was such a small thing. We had just promised to spend the rest of our lives together, and somehow that little question was what made everything feel real. You are still you, the same person who notices when I need a break, the same person who quietly brings me water, the same person who takes my hand when I'm nervous without making everyone else notice. Except now, you are my husband. I was okay. More than okay. I was just trying not to cry all over your clothes. Also, can you please say it? You know what I want. Call me your wife. Again. Yes, I heard you the first time. I just like hearing it. Your wife. That's me. I'm going to be unbearable about this for a while. Every time you introduce me, I'll wait for you to say it. This is my wife. I've imagined that sentence so many times. It always sounded wonderful in my head. It sounds even better in your voice. And you're my husband. My dear husband. I love saying it while I'm holding your hand. It's as though the ring and the word belong together. Look at you smiling. You like it too. You don't have to pretend otherwise. Can I tell you something? I was a little frightened last night. Not of you. Never of you. I think I was frightened by how important everything suddenly felt. Before yesterday, I could think about our future in a vague way. Someday we would be married. Someday we would build a home together. Someday we'll be old and still arguing over blankets. Then, yesterday, someday became real. I want to be a good wife to you. I know there isn't one perfect way to do that. I know you don't expect perfection from me. But I care so much that sometimes I'm afraid of making mistakes. I want our home to feel safe. I want you to tell me you're worried instead of hiding it. Because you think you need to protect me. I want to be someone you can depend on. And I want us to keep choosing each other when life becomes ordinary. Not only during weddings and holidays. I want the tired mornings, the messy rooms, the evenings where neither of us knows what to cook. I want the days when one of us is irritable and the other one has to be patient. I want all of it with you. Even the parts that aren't beautiful enough for photographs. You're holding my hand tighter. I'm taking that as reassurance. I don't want to make another final vow. He did enough of that yesterday. But I want to promise you something while it's only us. No one is waiting for us to say the right words. I promise I'll keep learning you. Even when I think I already know everything. I'll ask what you mean instead of deciding for you. I'll tell you when I'm hurt instead of waiting for you to notice. And when we disagree, I'll try to remember that you aren't someone I need to defeat. You're the person beside me when we solve the problem. I'll probably forget sometimes. I can be stubborn. You can also be stubborn, although you hide it behind that calm expression. There will probably be moments when we both need time and a little sleep before we can speak reasonably. But I'll come back. I'll always come back to you. That's my promise this morning. It wasn't as polished as my vows, but I think it may be more useful. I didn't realize how much I would like this. Holding your hand after the wedding feels different, even though it shouldn't. Your hand hasn't changed. Mine hasn't either. But now every time our rings touch, I remember. I'm being sentimental again. You'll have to become accustomed to it. I like your hands. They've always made me feel safe. The way you hold mine when we were walking through a crowd. The way you rest your hand on my back when you can tell I'm overwhelmed. The way you hold me without making me feel trapped. I trust these hands. I trust you. Do you think we will remember this morning when we're old? I hope we do. I hope one day, after we've been married for decades, I'll still wake up and reach for your hand before I open my eyes. Maybe we'll still wear the same rings. They'll be scratched by then. Not damaged, just lived in. I hope you'll still call me your wife like you're proud of it. And I hope I'll still feel embarrassed every time, even though I'll have heard it thousands of times. I still demand morning cuddles. That part is guaranteed. I want one promise from you. Nothing dramatic. Promise you'll tell me when something is wrong, even if you think it's small. Even though you think you should handle it alone. Don't decide that protecting me means shutting me out. Let me be your wife. Let me help. And when I become overwhelmed, remind me we're on the same side. Sometimes I'll need space. Sometimes I'll say I'll need space when I actually want you to hold me. Yes, I understand that is confusing. You married me with full knowledge of the situation. But I'll try to tell you what I need. I won't expect you to read my mind. At least not every time. Good. I'm accepting that look as a promise. We should get up soon. No. That wasn't a serious suggestion. It was something responsible adults say before staying in bed for another hour. Hold me closer. Mm, exactly like that. Say it one more time. Call me your wife. Again. Okay, that was enough. For now. Mwah. Good morning, my dear husband. I love you. I know I said it yesterday. I'm going to say it today too. And tomorrow. Probably every morning for the rest of our lives. I love your hand in mine. I love your arms around me. I love that we don't have to rush through this moment. And I love calling you my husband. Even if it still makes me blush. Breakfast can wait. Our messages can wait. Everyone else can wait. Right now, I only want to stay here with you. Happy first morning, husband. Now, close your eyes. I'm not ready to let go of your hand yet. I don't think I'll ever will be.